eastern Uganda for allegedly holding mass rallies in violation of restrictions on gatherings imposed by the government to curb the spread of COVID-19. In the same breath, human rights defenders converged in Nairobi, Kenya, condemning the government of Uganda for crushing opposition. Let's get more from Brian Obuya.
Security forces in Uganda have been engaging in running battles with supporters of popular pop star and opposition presidential hopeful Bobi Wine after the 38-year-old was arrested on allegations of breaching COVID-19 regulations shortly before a rally. Following his arrest, his supporters have taken to the streets in Kampala. Youths have been burning tires and blockading streets in the capital city and other towns since Wednesday, November 18th, demanding Wine's release and shouting anti-Museveni chants. Protests are reported to be spreading to other cities and towns. They are engaging police in what they say is a fight to restore democracy in the East African state.
We know the enemy of Uganda, and that is Museveni.
In violent clashes, dozens are reported to have been hit by live rounds fired by police, and as many as 37 have since been killed by Friday. Here in Kenya, human rights activists are concerned.
We call upon the government of Uganda to conform to the principles of human rights and promote the same as enshrined in the Banjul Charter, to which Uganda ratified in 1986.
We call upon an end to this police brutality and the unlawful arrests.
We cannot be an East African community that only celebrates trade, that only celebrates culture, that only celebrates other things. But when it comes to human rights violations, we keep silent and mum, and we're not saying anything.
Demanding for the release of Kyangulanyi, the pop star who became arguably Uganda's most famous politician after Museveni, they want the international community to intervene and are further asking the International Criminal Court to watch the events unfolding in Uganda ahead of the January 14th election.
We're also asking the ICC to start taking stock of what is happening in Uganda. Young people are dying every other day, and nobody is speaking out on behalf of these people.
Chaotic scenes filmed by workers nearby showed smoke rising from the city as motorcyclists and burning piles filled the streets. Police said over 300 people were arrested in the clashes. Spontaneous protests erupted in reaction to Wine's arrest. He has amassed a large following amongst Uganda's youth, attracted by his bold criticism of the government, often in his song lyrics. Since expressing his presidential ambitions, police and security forces have regularly dispersed Wine's rallies and beaten or detained his supporters. This was supposed to be Museveni's last term until Parliament revoked age limit for presidential candidates. This means Museveni could be Uganda's life president. Brian Obuya, KTN News.
What has been happening in Uganda has been unfortunate.